Hi, it's Jeff.
And Denise from Mousesteps.com.
And this is episode number 526.
526.
Of Mousesteps Weekly.
Sponsored by MEI Travel and Mouse Fan Travel. We're talking all about Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party today. We had a very good first night. We had a lot of fun. We're going back tonight. There are still dates available for this season.
But they're selling out fast.
But they are selling out. Head to MEI and Mouse Fan Travel if you're looking for a vacation package or maybe room only, and maybe you can add some Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party tickets in addition to standard Disney tickets.
Not to mention, there's also Christmas happening at Disneyland very soon, and Disneyland Paris has already started.
Right, we're heading to Disneyland, so there's not a lot of time for the holidays this year, so head to MEI and check them out.
So here we are. It's the very first Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. We arrived actually to the Magic Kingdom very early at 2:30. You can see the sign here is letting everybody know tonight's event is sold out.
Right, and the party officially begins at 7, but they let in at 4, although they let in a little bit earlier than that even. So we do recommend not necessarily 2:30 unless you're looking to meet Jack and Sally.
And you could say they let you in past the turnstiles, and then you kind of line up and wait for them to take the rope down. And most people make their way quickly over to the Town Square Theater to meet Jack and Sally. Jack is Sandy Claus.
And I don't think most guests are coming here, but quite a few are. So if you're looking to meet Jack and Sally, either you might want to arrive early or later in the evening, you might find that line. You know, if you don't mind waiting during the party, it might be a lot shorter. Yeah,
because Jack and Sally, as we've talked about over the years, are one of the most popular meet and greets of the event. But the payoff is great because they are always so good, and this year was no exception.
We are always fans of meeting Jack and Sally. That is traditionally our first meet and greet for both Halloween and Christmas, and it never disappoints.
You know, it's kind of funny, though. We're here at a Christmas party, and we just finished up Halloween. And I'm really in the Halloween spirit with this little waiting room here with all the pumpkins. You see, although it is a Sandy Claus look there, and all the characters from Nightmare Before Christmas.
Reminds me a little of Haunted Mansion Holiday, which I look forward to riding again this week. And that is Vampire Teddy, Scary Teddy.
Your favorite.
My favorite, because of Haunted Mansion Holiday, my favorite character.
And here they are. It's Sandy Claus. Jack Skellington as Sandy Claus and Sally. And they have their Christmas tree, some gifts back there.
And the nice thing about this particular room is that you get them, like, you don't have other guests, you know, waiting.
Or watching you. You have a private experience, sort of, with Jack and Sally.
Right, which is nice. And, you know, like, families can meet them and, you know, they can have their picture without worrying about other people taking pictures necessarily of them as well. So I like the private room.
Right. And there is another room where you could meet Jack and Sally.
When they're there.
When they're in there. And that room is a little more open.
Right.
So it's not quite, this room has been there for quite a long time.
Mm-hmm. But we're just watching them. They have the Christmas tree behind them. They're ready. I think they're ready for the holidays.
Yeah, he said he was very ready. And, you know, even though we're talking about the Magic Kingdom here, Sandy Claus has already started at Disneyland Paris, we just saw.
Oh, right. But not with Sally.
No Sally.
They were there at Disneyland Paris together for the Halloween season, but only Sandy Claus for Christmas.
And if you do meet Sandy Claus and Sally, don't forget to get your autograph card. They'll give you one, and it's a little different this year.
No, it's actually, you know what? I thought it was different, but it's been the same for years.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Did you go back and look?
2019 they had it, so I don't remember.
Why do we always think it's different?
But I don't know what it was last year because we would have to go back and see if they were all the same all along. But I'm like, I feel like it's different.
I really did too. I really did too.
So right now we're looking at the Market Street bypass. When you come into the Magic Kingdom, let's say you are not going to meet Jack and Sally, or after you meet Jack and Sally, you can take this Market Street bypass. There are photo ops. There is a DJ. There were characters. There was characters meaning gingerbread.
Yeah, well, we're going to see those characters very soon.
And so really a lot of fun. Plus they'll give you a souvenir ornament, which is actually really nice.
Yeah, it is very nice. This gets better and better every year. I like the addition of the DJ. It's very festive. It can, as you can see, it can get a bit crowded. And here is your gift. Every party goer will get a ornament.
And it used to be they'd give you this terrible cookie,
That's
a
true.
number of years ago. The last couple of years they've given ornaments. But do you remember that big sugar cookie?
Yes,
And
I
it
much
tasted
prefer the ornament.
I do too. So I thought that was, it's a nice addition. Plus you have stilt walkers.
It wouldn't be a party without stilt walkers.
And there's other stilt walkers as well in Storybook Circus.
Oh, look at this. It's snowing and we have the gingerbread men. We were able to get our pictures with the gingerbread men. Not a very long wait for them. So, I mean, how great. You're already getting a very cool, kind of a rare meet and greet experience before you even get into the party.
Right. And there was a good line, but it moved really pretty fast.
Very quick. Oh, and I wanted to show,
there's
a photo pass. They actually had photo pass, and there is our picture. And you can even see the projections. It's a little light still, but they had projections back there as well.
And we're looking at artwork for the Tomorrowland Speedway Christmas, and there's one other one also, the Storybook Circus, because Santa's Christmas Carnival is here with Santa Claus.
I was just going to say, yeah. See, and I think we're going to be heading over to Santa's Christmas Carnival to do a brand new meet and greet in a minute.
But not with Santa. Like we have not yet Santa. I saw Santa. I didn't get in line for Santa because we wanted to do this new meet and greet at Pete's Silly Sideshow. This is where the 7 dwarfs have been meeting for the last couple of years, but now it's Minnie, Daisy, Scrooge McDuck, and Donald.
Right. And you can see they have a really nice backdrop, very snowy look with Christmas trees.
That's also part of the autograph card that they hand out on one side.
We're going to see that.
So here they are. Minnie has a new outfit, I believe, this year. It coordinates with Mickey, but Mickey is still in Town Square Theater. They tend to have these coordinating outfits, but then they don't meet together.
But it's nice. This was new. I think this is new, as you mentioned, for Minnie. So hopefully someday Mickey and Minnie will appear together with their matching outfits.
That would be nice because look at Donald and Daisy are matching. But Minnie and Mickey are matching, but from a very far distance.
And I love Scrooge. We met Scrooge at Jollywood Nights. He's also appearing at Jollywood Nights, but in this meet and greet, he has his own little flourish of a scarf, and it even has the money bag symbol on his scarf. So that was a new addition. And
I just want to mention, PhotoPass is not included with Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, where it is with Disney Jollywood Nights. So if you have PhotoPass, otherwise you have to purchase it.
And they're always happy to take pictures with your phone or your camera, so it's never a problem. And we do have PhotoPass, so we were able to get all these great pictures. We got some amazing pictures, actually, at
a lot
Mickey's Very Merry.
From this one.
So this, to me, was a great meet and greet. I do miss the dwarfs. And, we didn't have the dwarfs for the Halloween party. But when they had these 4 character meets like they did at Halloween and here for Christmas, I really like this. I think this is very nice.
And I will say there's a lot of characters out for the party. It isn't like, the party's lacking in characters because the dwarfs aren't there. But I think that the dwarfs have been so popular as well.
Right. So as you mentioned earlier, they gave us an autograph card, and we're about to take a look at that as we are saying goodbye to the characters once again.
And I really enjoy seeing, the 4 of them together. This is, okay, remember I said it was like the backdrop? So this is the front of the autograph card, and some of the characters don't sign. So this group does not sign. The Pooh characters do not sign.
And
Jack and Sally. I'm not sure if there's anybody else. In the past, Stitch is not signed, so they did an autograph card for him. I don't even know if he's meeting at the party this year. We'll look today. So right now we're heading through Storybook Circus, they really did a nice job with the lights.
Oh, there is Santa. You could see Santa way in the back.
Yes, I saw it, and I got closer than that to Santa also, but I did not meet him.
And we'll meet Santa tonight. Because
he's very popular as well.
But we had polar bears.
We were not expecting to see polar bears, so it was like, okay, well, the line wasn't too long. And they may be from one of the stage shows, from a long time ago.
Yes, they used to be in the stage show, the big show that we would always watch. I don't remember the
Years
name.
ago.
Yes.
I can't think of a moment before Mickey's Most Merriest Celebration. Oh, Celebrate the Season.
Of course, Celebrate the Season. They are wonderful. That was nice. I look forward tonight to going all around the park and seeing if there's any other random meet and greets.
And we've both been going to the parties for like 30 years now, so a really long time.
So we were at Club Tinsel Dance Party in Tomorrowland.
And this is a really fun and cute dance party with 4 characters. You've got Nick and Judy, and then you have Goofy as well. And
Max even, yeah.
Yes. So we had a little bit of footage earlier on when it was busy, but mostly from when I went over there later in the evening. You can see there's almost nobody here at this point.
Which was after 11, right?
This was probably around 11. And this Rocket Tower stage is where my favorite show at Totally Tomorrowland Christmas was.
Jingle bells.
Yes.
Jingle bells.
And so it's still disappointing, but I will say the dance party is so popular and probably more popular than the show was. So what do you say, right?
Right.
But it was very cute. I preferred it later on in the evening when it wasn't too busy.
So now it's time to have some treats. Of course, treats are included. There are, I think, 5 different cookies this year.
We have not gotten all of them.
No, we have not.
I have not been to Gaston's, but here there is, it's like a buttercream frosted cookie. It looks like a tree.
And Joffrey's hot chocolate.
Yes,
delicious.
Much better than the old hot chocolate. So that was definitely an improvement. Another, for me, improvement is the musical soundtrack to the parade.
Of Mickey's Once Upon a Christmastime Parade.
Yes. So you still have that Mickey's Once Upon a Christmastime Parade music, but it's mixed with other music.
Right.
And, it's much quicker tempo.
Yeah.
And I actually think it is great. Like the song That Time of Year.
For Olaf, of course.
Right. Is, it really sounds good, I think, in this.
Well, they match the various parts of the parade. Here we have Mickey and Minnie kicking off the parade in their usual float.
And the parade itself has not changed a lot, but there are some differences to it this year. So now we have Olaf coming and the skiers. This is part of the Frozen unit. The Frozen unit has been here a pretty long time now. They used to have, they've had
probably
different,
about 10 years.
Right, like Scrooge McDuck used to be on this float
remember,
a long time ago.
I remember that.
And then there's a float coming that will have Elsa, and that used to be like a Chip and Dale float.
Yeah, it's interesting, the evolution. And of course, we have recordings of all of these parades going back 15 or more years.
Right, and Elsa and Anna are in winter wear, and I don't remember the bell.
No, I don't remember that. I do not remember that from previous wear.
Previous years
either. And I did notice those costumes. And here we have Elsa.
Yes, and again, I mentioned that this float used to have the Chip and Dale,
snowball fight.
Right, throwing fake snowballs at each other.
And that was actually very fun. But this works very well.
Guests love, of course, Frozen. And so now we have Vanellope. She is driving the car. This is something, again, she's been doing also for a very long time. We have in the past also seen Max driving this car.
Yes.
I think not, just a number of years ago.
This Vanellope is quite the race driver, though. That has some kick to it, this vehicle. But it's, again, always a fun addition. There's a vehicle at the Disneyland parade that also drives very fast and stops sometimes right in front of you.
And here are Chip and Dale. And I think that there's like some new accessories this year for the characters as well. So here we have Clarice probably making some cookies. No. But Chip, Dale, Clarice. So, she's a nice...
Well,
somebody nice. Clarice, we didn't used to see Clarice very often here in
and
America.
We met her just
Jollywood
at
Nights,
right?
Yes, she was really somebody who you mostly saw at Disneyland Paris, and now we see her a lot here.
Our good friends, the gingerbread
yes,
men.
We've already
had them in person earlier, so that was so very nice. But here is the one sad thing.
No, it's not
about
sad
the parade,
at all.
because one of the highlights of the parade for you and for me, especially for me, is right here when we would hear Scrooge from Clarabelle Cow, the diva of dairy herself.
Can I say there was a tweet, like we wait in Town Square and it takes like 20 minutes for the parade to get here. So I had somebody tweet to me before it ever got here and said, Denise will be
Your
disappointed.
your 15-year ordeal is over.
No, that I would be happy. I'll be happy when I see the parade because there's no more scrumptious. So I just thought that was funny.
And it builds up to it. Like you are waiting for scrumptious, no scrumptious.
And I think are these outfits new? Because I feel like they are.
I think Goofy has had that one for a number of years.
Some of the outfits look different to me.
He looks like he in Paris. He
yes,
has a similar outfit.
It reminds me of that float
in the parade
yes.
in Paris. Yes.
So here are we've got the 7 dwarfs, and so I mentioned we like the town square area because it has decent lighting. We've got the Christmas tree in the background. This is just an area that we like to come.
And it's also not crazily busy, like until right up to parade time, so usually you can kind of breathe while you're waiting, and we like that.
Right, but it does take a long time for the parade to get here. It
does.
Like if you're in Frontierland, the parade goes by you, and then you can just go to your party. While the parade still will probably be another 10 minutes before it gets to town square.
That's true. I just prefer the lighting much better.
I do like the lighting here.
And we are about to see Cinderella.
Cinderella and Prince Charming. They are in this carriage, which is very, it's nice to see the carriage. And
with the horse, I'm so glad they kept the horses going.
Yeah, we used to see also Donald and Daisy for a number of years. We've seen...
with more horses, right? They
with
were
other
pulled
horses,
in a sleigh.
And not only them, but Elsa and Anna were pulled by a sleigh for a while as well. So I just think it's interesting. There's like this evolution, of course, with parades.
Well, it probably is difficult to have the horses in the parade in a way. So, I mean, it's probably easier just having that one float.
Right, probably. And so here we have the Happy Holidays. This is the mirror float that has been here a really long time.
Yes, a very, very long, over 20 years, I'm sure.
Well, I'm probably longer
30.
than that.
Could be
yeah.
30.
So
it's evolved over the years.
Yes, and so we have Beast, and then we have Ariel and Eric. And I noticed this year they're doing more stuff with their hands.
Oh yeah.
They all are doing things. They're not just waving. They're just watch. It's just interesting to me. They're doing a little more than normal.
There's a lot of movement. You had Aurora over there, and you have Princess Jasmine and Tiana and Naveen.
Fairy Godmother, who is obviously a yearly favorite as well.
And here we have something relatively new. I think it's the 3rd year for these Green Army Men. I
hadn't been sure if it was like the 2nd or 3rd year, but they're pretty new. And we have a couple of the Green Army Men with crayons, and we've got they're like elves, but they've got, I think the balls are a different color this year.
Well, in the past they've had presents they've thrown and also Pixar balls.
Yeah,
so maybe
it looks different
to
me.
Balls.
So the next float though is not new. It's been here a long time, and you have Woody, Bullseye, Buzz Lightyear. I don't know if Bo Peep's on that other side. We've got Forky going round and round. This is also a fun float.
Well, it's a nice representation of Pixar. This is sort of the Pixar representation. Toy Story,
right.
Of course.
Toy Story. So here are the marching soldiers, and I've said before there's several areas of the parade which are favorites of mine, and the soldiers are one of them.
I do miss the them playing their instruments. That used to be a fun addition.
I was hoping, because they made so many musical changes this year, that we would see them playing instruments, but to no avail.
Yes.
Still, I think one of the better parades we've had in a long time.
But there's nothing like that clomping of the feet.
Yes.
You can tell they're coming before you even see them. Chung, chung,
yes.
chung. So that is always great.
And here is, it's a float, but it's the music. It's playing the music for the parade. We have the reindeer. Also, one of my several favorite aspects of the parade are always these reindeer.
And, we always talk about these are, we say they're newer reindeer, but the more years we're doing it,
they've been doing
less
a long time.
These have been there forever. I remember the old Bill Justice reindeers with the tongue hanging out. Those were the fun, kind of crazy looking reindeer. But these have grown on me.
Yes. And so we have Santa. They just did the taping for the Christmas Day parade, and they had Santa and Mrs. Claus in here. Wouldn't that be cool to have Mrs. Claus up here as well?
All the time.
All the time?
But she's probably busy at the North Pole getting
possible.
Santa's, gifts ready for delivery.
So here, really, I just want to say again, the parade itself, I like the how they refreshed it. I thought it was, I actually really enjoy the parade this year more than normal. I think just because of that the higher tempo music and all too.
And we're going to link to that. Really, you need to just watch it and hear the new music to fully experience it. I'll link that at the end of the video. And of course, now it's time for Minnie's wonderful Christmastime fireworks show. I had a nice spot here, and this is this fireworks show, again, another relatively new show. I think it's like the third or fourth year.
No, it's, you know what? The first year was 2019.
Time goes by so fast.
Say
Time goes by.
The pandemic changed years,
yes,
right?
Right. Because I forget about that 2 years.
I still remember going to the media event for it, and everybody was so excited over these new fireworks that replaced holiday wishes. And it really is it's a terrific fireworks show. I don't usually watch it from near the castle. I'm usually either doing Tomorrowland Speedway. Well, Tomorrowland Speedway or People Mover. Tomorrowland Speedway I really love watching the fireworks from, though, because you know, you've got the Christmas music, you've got the Christmas lights, and you've got the fireworks.
Well, you mentioned the Tomorrowland Speedway, and we're about to take a ride on that right now.
And, you know, they do like a holiday twist. There's a number of attractions with holiday twists. One of them is the Tomorrowland Speedway. So right now we're taking a ride. You can see that, you know, you've got the music, you've got lights, you've got these trees. And I don't know... Are we going to show People Mover?
Yes,
okay,
we are going
because
to.
I took video of the People Mover also, and I want to talk about that.
And the Tron attraction really adds to this with all the glowing lights and everything. That, of course, wasn't there when this ride layover first happened.
Right, and that looks really nice as well. But again, this is something for me that's a must do during the parties.
Yep. And it wasn't that long of a line. We went on it right after the fireworks, and we waited maybe 10 minutes.
Right. But I don't even think we waited that long. And, you know, after that, it was only 5. You know, there was like a little rush of people, not that many. And then once everybody was kind of done, it was down to 5 within 5 minutes, I think.
And there's also a holiday twist on the Mad Tea Party as well, and some other attractions.
And Space Mountain.
Right.
So I think those are the main ones. But we're going to talk about People Mover also. Is for me, as we're looking at these beautiful lights, the People Mover for me is my favorite attraction also to ride during the party, because you get the music and the lights inside Space Mountain. You get to overlook the dance party. You get to overlook, the Speedway. So it really is really almost like its own holiday twist as well.
And we mentioned the Mad Tea Party. There's a look. You can see all the lighting in there, and we'll have to go on that. Maybe we can sneak in a ride tonight.
If we have time, that would be really good.
So you had mentioned the People Mover. I think we're about to transition. All the things you said. You're looking down at the dance party here,
enjoying music. Enjoying
I see
the holiday.
Santa Goofy down there.
Oh yeah, and so enjoying the sights and sounds. We're looking at the. And the Tomorrowland Speedway, but now we're going inside Space Mountain, which has red and green lights.
I love it. It's really fun.
And so a lot of times...
And Christmas music, blasting Christmas music too.
And a lot of times we don't ride Space Mountain during the parties. We're busy with other stuff. But to be able to ride the People Mover, you get a sense of what all the guests are enjoying.
Now look at this very popular party.
You know what? It was busy earlier on. So I walked through here. I just got a little,
This is called the Disney Junior Jingle Jam.
And it is, again, it's, let's say this is like 11:30 at night or something.
It was very late.
So most of the kids are not here anymore. A lot of them have already gone home.
These Disney cast members, though, working
they
hard,
were having
keeping
fun.
the party going.
So you've got Timon, you've got Doug McStuffins, and then there's other characters as well. And so I had gone in, I don't even remember why I was in here.
In the Town Square Theater?
In the Town Square. I don't remember why I came to Town Square Theater.
Oh, maybe you wanted to try to meet Mickey.
No, you know what? I probably went to the parade, and then I saw that Elena of Avalor was over here.
I had no idea she was even out there meeting.
And that's the thing, is that there's other characters you just don't even know are going to be there.
Lots of surprises this year.
So I stopped and said hello because there was no wait. And so also there's merchandise. You got a lug bag. You've got shirts, and
we just saw a Spirit jersey, very nice Spirit jersey.
There's a mug. There's an ornament. It's not a ton of merchandise, but there's some plus, all of the other regular Christmas merchandise.
I like that. That's a nice shirt.
It's a nice shirt. I like it's kind of an old style Mickey and Minnie, which I like.
Right.
I prefer that to the newer style.
And they have that giant, the cup too. They had that giant ornament I saw, the huge one that they were selling.
Right, but that's not part of the Christmas party. That would be, they have 3 different sizes of those ornaments. It's sort of like the pumpkins at Halloween time.
So another favorite, maybe my highlight of the party for me, Mickey's Most Merriest Celebration.
And this also is actually I think it's been here longer than that 5 years that the Minnie's fireworks has been. Really, it took over from Celebrate the Season, and I still remember the first time that we saw it.
This part, it was a turnoff for you.
You
weren't a fan of the cell phone. I
the
like
cell phone
the cell
song.
phone song.
I
it
hate
has
it.
grown on me.
It hasn't grown
It
on
is
me.
the scrumptious for this show.
But that's
for you.
That is the first time. The first time that we were walking past it during the first year, and I heard the cell phone song, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going to be so not good. But it's a great show.
It was redeemed by the diva of Derry herself, who is about to make an appearance. And every year, since the very first year, there has been a special bonus, and that is Left Reindeer. Left Reindeer does not disappoint once again.
I just want to say, I love this. I actually love this show, except for the cell phone song. But I didn't even notice.
You're scrumptious.
Yes. No. Left Reindeer.
There he is.
I didn't even notice.
Look at how great that is.
I didn't even notice Left Reindeer.
Shout out to Grace. Grace is #1 fan of the Left Reindeer.
I did not notice Left Reindeer. And I remember you mentioning him to me near the beginning of the time of the show. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And so then you can't unsee it, right? Because he's dancing away.
And it's different. He's different every time. It's kind of like his solo,
right,
so to speak.
So here, there's so many characters Disney characters in this show, and you've got Goofy, you can see Minnie.
This is sort of like the country song. They have different styles of music, Christmas music, of course.
And you've got Donald and Daisy. The part that I like the best is probably, besides the Clarabelle area, which I actually love, is the ring these Christmas bells. I really like.
Well, don't you worry. You're about to see it. You're going to see highlights of it all.
And then Feels Like Christmas, at the end, I really...
But you can't forget the Caballeros here, of course.
Of course.
Feliz Navidad. That's what they were singing. With all the classic characters helping sing along in the background there. And
really, we're just watching this, but I like the variety of different characters that are in here. So you've got... And it's almost like some of them are from, you've got a big Fantasyland group.
And they are about to be coming out next. Your friends from Fantasyland.
Yes. And while we're watching this also, you can't really see it as well, but the castle looks really great as well.
Ring those Christmas bells.
This is such a great part of this show. And we do have the full show on YouTube.
Yeah, I was very happy with I had front row center. I waited quite a while for that, but it was well worth it because for myself, I want to have a good documentation of this show.
And this was the last show, right? And I got
11:50.
Yeah, and 11:55, I think.
55, yes.
55 it starts. So, you may have seen the show earlier in the evening, but it's not so busy, that last show. It certainly wasn't for me. I was able to walk up last minute and get a good spot for photos.
Absolutely. There was 4 shows. There's a 7:40, 9:25, 10:35, and this was 11:55. And I would recommend, if you're still awake and you can do it, this is usually the easiest show to see.
But if there was a glitch, it's really better to see it earlier in the evening and then enjoy a second helping of it. So here are Mickey and Minnie.
It wouldn't be a Walt Disney World Christmas show without snow for the finale. And as soon as it starts snowing, you can't really tell yet, but it is snowing here. That means it's time for the finale, and a fireworks finale at that.
It really, and I mean, this is the picture, right? You've got all the characters and the fireworks, and then, and the castle. It's such a fantastic shot.
And another advantage of doing that 11:55 is you're kind of extending your party, because now it's about, I don't know, 12,
almost 12:30
or so.
No, is it? It's not 12:30 because it feels like it's 12:30. Maybe not.
I think it's only a 15 sometimes I'm wrong, but it might be a 15-minute show.
your party can start at 4, even though the party hasn't officially started yet. You can have over 8 hours of fun, on the ticket, plus the extras. And I think it, especially if you are, if you don't have a day ticket,
Right.
This is kind of your day ticket, right? It can be a good value.
I mean, for us, we really maximized it. We started right away. We went to Jack and Sally. We got to enjoy all of that Market Street goodness, then got in line and got to see those 4 characters. All of that done by 7 o'clock. Before the party started, we got some major things and had a really fun time.
And they did a really nice job with windows here and at Disney's Hollywood Studios this year. I think better than in a long time. And I forgot to take pictures at the end of the night. I was preoccupied. But I really want to get these. Like, it's not only Mickey and Minnie, but there were the other characters. Plus, Mickey's Christmas Carol windows are back, and that's always a nice thing to see.
And sometimes by the first party, they're not quite in there.
Right.
So they were really on the ball here. The tree looks beautiful at night.
They started Christmas decorating just a little bit earlier again this year. So it was like Halloween, and then it was Christmas. Really quick, and yeah, really the Magic Kingdom looks beautiful.
And this first night was a gorgeous, beautiful night. Actually a little warm, a little humid.
Probably will be a little warm today too.
So that is it for Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. Overall, I thought it was a great party this year. I look forward to going again tonight. There's never enough time to see a party in one night. We always do 2.
Right, and sometimes we do 3.
Yeah, that's true.
I really I really enjoyed the party, but I think this year for me was better than in a number of years.
I agree.
So good time. It
Great
was a good
time.
time. Looking forward to it again.
And we want to thank our sponsor, MEI Travel and Mouse Fan Travel.
Right. If you're looking to, travel for the holidays, there's still some time to book it. Not a lot of time anymore. Head to MEI and Mouse Fan Travel. They've been in business a really long time. They're very good at what they do. Of course, you've got the Very Merry Time Cruise as well.
I was just going to say, yes.
From Disney Cruise Line. And so much. Or next year, I know a lot of guests are starting to think about 2025.
Adventures by Disney. I remember last year they went on a very nice adventure by Disney. I think it was to Germany. It was on one of the boats.
Oh, right, the Rhine River.
Yes.
Was it the Rhine River they did?
Our friend went and he said it
yes.
was an amazing experience.
And I would actually like to do a river cruise someday.
That would be amazing. I would love that too. So again, MEI and Mouse Fan Travel get a no obligation quote. And that again is another show. We have a lot of content already. We enjoyed a full night at Disney Jollywood Nights at Disney's Hollywood Studios. That party better than ever. The quick rundown for me was I enjoyed it much more than last year. They have brought in a ton of characters, lots of surprises, and much more food as well. And we'll cover as much as we can on our next show.
And I think last year with the Disney Jollywood Nights, the first night was not the best. Because, it was the first night.
And rain,
they were still...
had bad weather, remember?
Right. And they were still, finding their footing. I think, they started finding it by the second party. And by the end, we did the last party. And it was really good. And it's even better this year. And
in the Holidays in Hollywood show, they've actually really improved that show. A lot more Muppets. They've added tons of Muppet, more Muppet interaction. They've streamlined the show in other areas. So to me, this show has improved. That's sort of the main show of the event. And what's this?
We need to see that.
We haven't seen it, but I've been told it's the same as we saw twice last year.
Which we really enjoyed last year. And we still have Jollywood Nights tickets that we have for later this season, which is like weeks away. So I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing what's this at that time.
I'm so glad. I'm really glad to do 2 Jollywood Nights also. I think with the 4 parties, that's some good holiday.
Yeah.
But now it's time to turn our attention to Disneyland. We're off to Disneyland tomorrow, and we're going to take a look at Tiana's Bayou Adventure out there. And then we're going to get into the holiday spirit at the Holidays at Disneyland Resort.
I am looking forward to that. It'll be a quick trip for us, but I'm looking forward to it.
So thanks again for listening. Have a great week. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and we'll see you all next week.
Have a great week.